Good morning.
Good morning, very early morning. We are in Agra and we're about to head over to the Taj Mahal. We're going in first thing as the doors are opening, so hopefully we can try and beat at least some of the crowd. We bought our tickets online, so hopefully this is a smooth entrance. Come with us. Freezing. So we're through security, 6:56 a.m. It's pretty intense, so don't bring anything with you that you shouldn't. They do check your bags pretty thoroughly. You're not allowed chocolate, snacks, any smoking stuff, tripods, any of that sort. Bear in mind, obviously, this is not just a museum or anything like that. It's a national monument of, very high importance. So this place gets terrorist threats and things of that sort. So they take security very, very strongly.
I'm so excited.
So this is your entrance point. Once you've gone in, bought your tickets, you've queued up, no thank you, you're going to come through the main gate here. You're already seeing very beautiful.
God, it is so beautiful. It's so perfect symmetric.
See. Wow. Oh wow. Oh. So we're facing a battle now, because although we're in here early, there's already a decent crowd. First thing when you come in, bear in mind this is my second time here. First thing when you come in, enjoy the view through the gate, the optical illusion, then run. Get down the other end, because as the day progresses, it becomes more of a battle to get your pictures. So you want to get down to the front for the best spot. Then we're going to head into the gates on the side for some really unique spots. What do you think of it so far?
It's amazing. It's super beautiful. Like, as closer as you get, like, the more beautiful it becomes. And it's just like super beautiful, because now we have like a cloud and it looks like, I don't know, like it kind of vanishes in the distance, so it looks even more beautiful. So I don't know, this is one of the most beautiful buildings that I've ever seen. So I'm super excited to be here.
And someone's a bit freezing.
Oh, but yeah, like, we are making some big sacrifices because we want to take good pictures, so we kind of came a little bit light, and I am freezing cold. My toes are dead completely. I can't even feel them. But yeah, like, that's the sacrifices that you need to pay if you want to take amazing pictures here in this amazing monument.
Taj Mahal struggles are real, eh?
Yeah, very real. It's super cold.
You got the woolly hat, the fleece. She's got another layer on underneath that.
And then I got my super sandals with my socks. So yeah.
Socks and sandals. You truly are English.
Yes.
What an incredible experience it is to be here at the Taj Mahal, particularly at this time of the morning, because the light on the building is just incredible. The feeling of when you're here it's otherworldly. You know, you truly do feel like you're in a very special place of the world. You come to many of these monuments and famous structures, and a lot of the time it can be disappointing, particularly when it's busy and, you know, there's a big crowd. But here, honestly, it's, you just deal with it because they're beautiful, and the building and the gardens is just absolutely insane. Someone is getting a bit warmer now, are you?
I'm trying to get a little bit of the light of this sunshine, but I don't think that it's warm enough much so far.
Do you know what I could kill for right now?
Oh,
Coffee.
We can go and get a coffee now.
I don't know if there's coffees in here.
Not inside, but we can get out here. This is one of the best days ever.
So we've made our way back to the front once again, and we're now going to take our time coming through because we had a mad dash to get some photos, but now we're going to take our time to appreciate it, really soak in the grounds.
Well, this is probably one of the most amazing days of my life. Being in this place is magical, it's beautiful, it's wonderful. We came in a perfect day because there is not many people. So we are appreciating all the best spots, and I'm loving it so far. This is beautiful. One of the most beautiful buildings that I've ever seen.
Now, as you come into the Taj Mahal, of course, the main mausoleum, the main building, the icon itself is incredibly beautiful. But part of the experience of being here is actually wandering through the grounds. So as a mausoleum, the building, the surrounding buildings, and of course the gardens were meant to represent paradise on earth. Taj Mahal, who was Shah Jahan's wife, who this was built for, this is meant to represent her resting place and is meant to be a representation of her time in paradise here down on earth. So the gardens are pristine, they're manicured, they're symmetrical. You've got the canals with the water, which are empty at the moment, and then of course you've got the main mausoleum. So the place is incredibly beautiful. How are you feeling being here?
I'm feeling really good.
Feeling really good.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like the early rise in the morning was definitely worth it. Freezing cold, so if you're coming in January, bring your gloves. But yeah, this place never fails to impress. This is my second time here and I would very happily come again. Once in a lifetime place, but in this case twice in a lifetime. It's beautiful. Yeah. Super impressive. So we're about to go up into the mausoleum and we've got to cover our feet. Thank God, because Xiomara's got a bit of a stinky socks on today.
That's not true.
So we're going to make our way in now to the main mausoleum of the Taj. I'm not allowed any photography or videography in there, so I'll see you on the outside in a minute. Okay, no photography allowed, so we'll see you on the other side. Right, okay, so inside the Taj Mahal, what do you see? You see the tombs of Mumtaz Mahal and Shah Jahan. However, the two tombs that you see are not actually the real tombs. Those are just for show, for people to see. Deep down in a cavern at river level is where the real tombs are. So what you see inside, not the actual tomb of Shah Jahan and Mumtaz Mahal. Say goodbye. See you again in the future.
See you in the future, Taj.
Bye bye.
Adios, be careful.
Sorry. You okay?
Yeah.
I'm over you.
Oh my God, this is just like.
Oh dear. Scratched my camera.
Did you okay? Oh no.
It's alright.
Oh no.
Wish I got it on camera.
Did you record that? And I say, be careful that you was too late. Oh no. Oh.
Xiomara looking out for me once again. Next up of our tour today is the Agra Fort. This is the old seat of the Mughal Empire before Shah Jahan moved it back to Delhi in Shah Jahanabad, which was Old Delhi, which, if you would have seen in the previous video, was the Red Fort. This is the precursor to that. It's the building, it's the fort, it's the walled city that the Red Fort was based on. This place is enormous. I've been here before and it's incredibly impressive. So let's explore it for a little bit, show you around, show you another delight in Agra today. Alright, first up we found Xiomara's bath.
That looks more like my private pool.
Your private pool.
I can drown here and there. It's
You
too
could
high
definitely-
for me.
You could do laps in that, couldn't you? Like a swimming pool in your house. Can you imagine how long that must have taken to fill up with water?
Wow, a long, long time. I suppose if you are the emperor, you have people filling it for you.
Brief history of the Agra Fort. This was built by Akbar, who was a Mughal Empire, Shah Jahan's grandfather, and it was built or commissioned in the 1500s, so it's very old and very powerful. So walking through, there's decoration everywhere, carvings, and it's just incredibly impressive. Now, this is not just a fort, it's a walled city. So if you've ever watched anything like Game of Thrones or anything like that, where you see these fortresses where people are living on the inside, the scale is just off the charts, this is here. This is much more impressive than the Red Fort in Delhi. Now the GoPro is obviously not doing a very good job of showing the Taj Mahal in the distance because everything's so wide, it makes things look small. But here with your eyes, yeah, it's very impressive, just as it is up close. A real landmark on the environment, on the landscape. Very, very impressive. I can't imagine what this would have been like back in the 1600s. It must have been awe-inspiring. Name the movie.
300.
This is Sparta. See ya.
Ha, ha, ha.
Can you tell stories? So, as I mentioned earlier on, I posed the question about whether Shah Jahan was a doting, grieving husband or an absolute maniac driven to show his power, to drive his country, his empire, to the brink of bankruptcy. Well, it turned out in the end that his son overthrew him and imprisoned him here in the Agra Fort so that he wouldn't bankrupt the empire and he couldn't build his now mythical black Taj Mahal. Apparently, one of the requests of Mumtaz Mahal on her deathbed was that he would come to visit every day or once a week, something like that. And of course, when he was held prisoner, he wasn't able to do that. So his son kind of met him halfway and allowed him to have a window in the Agra Fort where every day he could view the Taj Mahal. So the story goes. Now this area here, which overlooks this spectacularly large lawn, people in England would be very proud of this. From what I've read, and from what I remember of my trip here last time, these little doors, this is where Shah Jahan kept his concubines, his harem, basically the women that were at his disposal. You know, several hundred to several thousand is the story that I've heard. Does that sound like a man that was a grieving widow?
He was absolutely a grieving widow.
Does it sound like a man that had a favourite wife?
Absolutely not. He has several favorite wives.
I like his style.
Especially when he has these wives being taken care of with males without underparts.
Certainly part of the culture, certainly part of the history of that era. Very, very normal practice for Muslim men at that time to have multiple wives. But again, you have to kind of raise the question about how important this favourite wife really was. You know, I'm sure he adored her, but picture it yourself, you. Could you really have a favourite wife? Could you really have up to 50 or so women on hand at any moment? And one of the stories that I did hear was that these women were aged between 12 and 18. They were guarded by eunuchs, which means men without men parts, so that they couldn't take advantage of these women. And I heard that these women would basically have to be on hand at any moment for sexual favours. So I'm not sure how I think about it. It was a different era, a different culture. I don't know what it feels like to be an emperor, but the whole story of the romance of the Taj Mahal kind of makes you think a little bit differently about it, or at least question it, you know?
Yeah. He looked like he was a greedy husband with some pedophile problems.
Right, that took a strange turn, didn't it? Here's the deep history. He was Jimmy Savile. Xiomara has just learned something incredibly important, incredibly interesting about how you siege a fort. Someone's holed up in their fort. They're not moving. They've got these big walls around them. You can't get me. How do you get them?
I will cut you your water supply and I'll make sure that you surrender it, because I will wait until basically everyone die of dehydration.
What a savage you are. So yeah, the fort was supplied by water from the Yamuna River, and that's what Shah Jahan used to drink. They used it for fountains, they used it for survival essentially. And when the fort was being sieged by another opposing army, they just cut the water supply off. And then at that point, it was just a case of waiting it out. So yeah, you might have a big fortress, but you still need food and water. Very impressive. Do you know what? It's exactly the same, but in white of the one in the Red Fort, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly the same. It's absolutely beautiful.
I did hear as well that I don't know what I'm going to say.
People that used to come down there and maybe do his speeches or his things.
Do you say did his speeches or did his bitches?
Speeches.
Speeches. Okay. That's a bit more.
It's super beautiful, this area. It's amazing. ¿Tienes un poco de agua?
Sí. Take the lid off for me, please.
Amor, I know you're a slave.
Do you see? I'm above you. I am the emperor. You are my mere servant.
Seriously, you are unbelievable sometimes. Drink more water, you need it. The articles that you shouldn't be saying. This is so cute. Oh, look at that.
I'm going to call him Fred.
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 Why Fred?
I don't know why. It's just the first name that came to my mind.
That's so cute, mi amor. Look at that little teeny thing. That's so cute and it's not afraid at all. Oh,
I'm going to take him with me.
do it.
I'm going to take him to Varanasi. I can make some room in my bag.
I think that we will. You look like you're very hungry.
So I believe we're coming to the end of our little escapade through the Agra Fort. And I think for me, what I take from it more than anything is, despite the troubles and the difficulties of traveling in India, you know, I don't want to paint over it. It can be a frustrating place, you know, when you're from a Western society. It's very different. But places like this, these historical monuments and places of great importance in India, they validate your reason for being here. You know, it's a fantastic, fascinating experience coming to witness history of this scale and importance. Really, really enjoyable. Really great time coming here. What do you think?
This is amazing. I think that from all the places that we have visited so far, Agra, it's been the most powerful one. This is amazing because the history, the buildings, everything, it kind of wow, shock you. So this is a very amazing place to come. So if you come to India, Agra. Agra is a must-do place.
People say come to Agra for the Taj Mahal and get out. Our experience actually has been the outer area of Agra, the streets, the bazaars, the areas where people are living. They're incredibly interesting. So definitely come to Agra and definitely spend a few days here. The Agra Fort, the Taj Mahal, the Baby Taj, these buildings of great importance are magnificent, but the area itself is worth a visit. And so on that note, we will catch you in the next video. Ciao, subscribe, see you later.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.